Hello and welcome to Taurus Lady channel. This is going to be a general spread, Celtic spread. For those of you who got a Taurus in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Venus. If you want to check out on Taurus, if you're interested in Taurus star sign, this is a reading for you as well. Before we move on to the reading for this upcoming week, it will cover perhaps this week, the next week. I would like to quickly briefly have a little talk about the energies surrounding us this week and currently surrounding us, because they influence our everyday actions, our behaviors, and the process of our thinking. So we've got a Sun in Libra, and Libra is all about balancing, right? About achieving peace and living in harmony with people surrounding us, with nature. And it is a comfortable time for Taurus. However, Libra is always looking at two different sides when it comes to making a decision. It's always weighting, one side with another. And sometimes when we are under the influence right now, currently, of Libra, we may feel like it's hard to make a right decision, right? Because making the right decision means to look into both sides and weighting, like a weighting scale, judging whether judging the situation that we're in, or trying to make a decision can take forever, can be endless. So that's one of the things about Libra. They're very good at trying to create peace and harmony in their life, but when it comes to decision, it's not very easy for them to make a decision, because they want to be fair, and to be fair, they would take a long time to compare the pros and cons, and this may lead to not being able to actually make that decision in a short time. Is like an endless process. So something be aware of that. You may struggle to make a decision when Sun is in Libra. Now we've got still Moon is it Moon? Right, yeah, Moon in Virgo. I'm still getting confused a little bit. Anyway, for sure we've got Venus in Virgo. Virgo and love. So Venus talks about love. It's a planet of love, right? You might be feeling, and this is up to 29, so it's gonna be like this for the next 4 days. We've got Virgo in Venus in Virgo, right? Virgos, when they express love, it's more about practicality, showing something practical rather than telling someone, oh, I love you, rather than showering you with beautiful words. Virgo, the energy of Virgo when it comes to love is all about love has to make sense. It's a little bit logical. It has to make sense. You need to be able to see my love without actually me telling you that I love you. So that's something that you might be noticing. If you're in a relationship, if you're interested in someone, you may see or you may want to show them through your actions, okay? Rather than through words, etc. It's not that romantic. It's just, it makes sense, right? When someone loves me, they do this or that, okay? Virgos are very logical when it comes to love. If someone did this or said that, they possibly do not love me. So you might be feeling a little bit logical in love. But that's not going to last for a long time, because on 29th, I think Venus is entering Libra, and then everything changes. Libra is ruled by Venus, right? And it's very romantic. But for the next few days, you may be feeling quite logical in love. And Mercury is also in Virgo, communication, okay? It's about the way we speak might be clear. We might sound more profound. We might be drawn to people who are very intellectual, who can communicate the ideas clearly. And we might be feeling like, because when the Mercury is in Virgo, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so Mercury sits very well, at Virgo's, in Virgo's house. We may be all feeling like, we might be actually becoming, if you're a writer, you might end up, producing some good piece of writing. We are expressing ourselves more clearly, maybe sometimes quite directly, but the communication is your strength over this week, verbal, oral, written, etc. All right then, so let's move on. I hope I wasn't too rusty. I haven't done this for a long time. Let's move on. We're gonna look into where you are, Taurus. Where you are this upcoming week. My camera is a little bit on the side. I really missed you all. Those of you who's been wondering where I've been working hard and raising my baby. Where are you, Taurus? I've cleared the energy. Where is Taurus? Wow. Even shuffling doesn't seem that easy these days. Where are you, Taurus, today and over this week? Where is Taurus? We're gonna look into where you are currently. This is the most important card in Celtic spread, because all of the cards link and will link to this card. Where you are. Ooh, King of Wands. Nice one, Taurus. King of Wands, Aries energy, passion, going after what you want in life, being a go-getter. Perhaps you're focusing, Taurus, on something you really want to achieve in your life. You are very passionate about something you're doing right now. You are a go-getter, and whatever goals you set up for yourself, you're setting up this week, you very much passionate about them, about achieving them. You're going after what you really want. You're working on something. This is something you really want, and you feel passion towards this, and you're like, I'm just gonna get it. The only thing I'd like to remind you of King of Wands, he is a great naturally born leader, Aries energy, but sometimes people try to advise him and give him good piece of advice, but he will neglect people's advice. So keep in mind, that sometimes people around you may actually give you good advice, because I know you can be stubborn as well, Taurus, and this king can be quite stubborn. This is what I want, and I'm gonna get there my way. Okay, now what might be crossing you, or might be something to keep in mind as well, something that might stop you from achieving whatever you're going after, apply to your situation. Okay. Oh wow, Seven of Pentacles. I think Seven of Pentacles is about waiting patiently for something. Okay, you feel like you've put a lot of effort into something, and now you're waiting patiently for the rewards of your hard work. Okay, and I feel like with this card, this is like, okay, I've done whatever I had to do to get to where I am. And very often this card for me, sir, I'm just like sorting out as I'm talking, is about, I'm not gonna do more. That said, I've done my part. And I feel like, Taurus, you shouldn't be discouraged, because this card is often about waiting patiently for something to happen. Thinking like, I've done my part, and now I deserve the benefits to come to me. I deserve to reap the benefits of whatever I've planted in. And I feel like with this card, Taurus, you need to stop thinking that you need to lower your expectations. If you've done a good job, if you're doing a good job, I sometimes feel like you got to stop waiting for someone to notice that you've done a good job. Okay, I'm a Taurus myself, and I know what it's like. I work hard, and I often would like to get sort of like being told, you've done a great job. Because we Taurans are very much driven and motivated by by praise, okay, just being recognized, not by materialistic stuff, but just verbally, but being acknowledged, right? I feel like you waiting for something, okay, but it hasn't come, and you might be like, you know what, you might be very discouraged, but I feel like you got to stop waiting and do your thing. Don't wait for the person who never came, who didn't do what they were supposed to do, whether it's at work or at love. You just got to stop waiting for something that it's not coming, okay? And do your thing. You need to do you. Do you in love, Taurus, and do you at work. Yes, you've worked hard. Yes, you put 120% into the situation. Don't be discouraged, Taurus, okay? Because just focus on what you're passionate about. Focus on you. Do you, Taurus. That's gonna be the title of this reading. Now, on a subconscious level, might be happening in your dreams, or might be you might be thinking of is, wow, Justice, Libra's energy. Okay, you might be thinking that something is not fair. Okay, again, and that's why you might be discouraged. You might be trying to make some kind of decision. Look at this. This represents Libra's energy, right? Look at this lady on this card. She's got blind across her eyes. She cannot see something. All right. Her hand is tied up to the pile or whatever is next to her. She's very how do I call it? Very logical. You're being very logical, okay? You think that something is not fair though, and that is your thought process. Remember, that is something that's on your mind. I put a lot of effort into something, 120%, and I'm not getting what I thought I would have got by now.